All right. Good afternoon, everybody, and maybe good evening, depending on where you're joining from. This is Franklin here. Thanks a lot for joining. I just want to just share my appreciation for you guys joining in. I know you could be doing 1 million other things, but you decided to come in here today. And I definitely just want to assure you that the time we spend here would indeed be time well spent. So really very excited about this presentation. And as we start in with the presentation, our time here together is just going to look like me sharing a couple of ideas that would create light bulb moments for you and also inspire you to take that next level action so that you can achieve the next level result that you want in 2026. So happy new year to you all, and I hope that the first 10 days of 2026 has been coming along really very well for you. I promised some free bonuses. If you look through in the registration page, definitely stick around. I'm going to be sharing those. You will really love it. Very, very powerful tool. One of the things that I also want to highlight here is this is not an AI workshop. It's a goal setting workshop that will show you how you can use AI as an accelerator with saving time and also efforts as you work towards the goals. And obviously, it's a virtual event as well. So I want us to be able to create and to simulate all of the hype and all of the engagement as well. I know in a real life event, you're going to hear people, like raising the roof and engaging and talking. We're not able to do that here, but one of the ways we can do that is through engagement in the chat. So I would just like for you guys to also participate so that we can have a very good time together. You guys are down for that? Yes? Okay, awesome. Also, if you can just share in the chat where you're joining from, I would like to have a sense of where you guys are joining from. So if you can share in the chat where you're joining from, the chat should be open. I'm in from, Charles is from Ottawa. Well, you're like in my backyard. So if you can share in the chat, I'd just like to have a sense of the people where you guys are joining from. Wow, London, UK. That is amazing. That's awesome. That is great. I had about 99 people register. So I know there's only about 10 people here. So hopefully people are able to join in as well. Thanks for sharing that. Awesome. Wow, that's really very good. Montreal, Gatineau, Windsor. Amazing, amazing, amazing. All right, let's go. So one of the things I also just want to share as we go along in this presentation, if you have any questions that you would like for me to touch on, or you have something to bring up, just share that with me directly in the chat. If you put it in the general chat, it will probably get buried. So I like to answer your questions towards the end. So share it with me privately so that I can see it and I won't miss it. All right, let's get started. So first off, with an exercise. We all know this is the beginning of the year and everybody's talking about New Year's resolution and all of that fun stuff. If you guys know how many or what percentage of people do you think stick to their New Year's resolution by end of the year? Is it 50%? Is it 85%? Is it 66%? Or is it 2%? What do you guys think? You can put your answer in the chat. 2%. Wow. Yeah, that's a nice one. Someone says 6. Wow, 6%. Yeah, the majority says 6%. Well, if you said 85%, that's really very nice of you. If you said 2%, if you said 6%, yes, that's actually correct. 6% is the number. So like a majority of people got it. Wow, that's interesting. So it's 6%. It's a very low number. And maybe you're asking like, why 6%? Is it that there's not enough information out there, or what exactly is going on? Obviously, as you already know, it's not just the fact that there's not enough information. There's bombardment of information out there, but most people but it's not just about information. Remember, Tony Robbins always says that we're drowning in an ocean of information, but we're lacking in wisdom. So it's not just that there's not enough discipline, or there's not enough information, or there's not enough motivation, but what mostly is lacking is, like the wisdom, the organized information, the systems, the accountability, and that's definitely part of what I'm also going to be sharing here as well. So this is the numbers. This is I put it from Forbes Health. So every year, Forbes Health, they do this study where they gather a number of people and then ask them a bunch of questions about what they're looking forward to in the new year. So this is what they had, and as you can see here, the second to the third month is mostly when a lot of people, they just that's when the quitting happens. Then after the 12 months, you can see it's only about 6% of people that still are going with respect to the goals that they've set for themselves. So definitely part of the work that I'm going to be sharing here today is to see how we can be a part of that 6% as well. All right, so just in introducing myself, my name is Franklin Ezenwa, and I am a tech professional, life strategist, author, and a speaker as well. Just a quick background of my own story. I'm currently in Canada now. I'm based in Canada, but I originally am from Nigeria. I came in here a long time ago when I was only about 18 years old, and I was the only one who came in here. So it was quite tough and challenging at the time, especially because I was having to deal with life challenges on my own. But I wanted to make my family proud, and that's why I just summoned all of the courage to keep pushing and keep fighting. I studied computer science at the University of Windsor, and graduated as well. Ended up landing a dream job at the time, working at a reputable IT company. So I've been in tech for 10 plus years now, and it's been a very remarkable and interesting journey. Working in a multinational organization, meeting a number of individuals, learning a lot of interesting tech as well. So it's been really very tremendous. Somewhere in the middle of that journey, I faced a personal crisis where I felt like I didn't know who I was. I felt like I had lost my sense of purpose, my sense of self, and also my sense of fulfillment. I was also dealing with a number of identity-related issues at the time. For example, low self-esteem, lots of self-doubt, and the imposter syndrome, unlike never before. And obviously, I'm not immune to any of those. I've just learned better ways to manage and to navigate them so they don't hold me back continuously. So while all of that was happening, I was actually doing really very well career-wise, appearing successful on the outside, getting the promotion, the raise, all of the recognitions, but in the inside, I was feeling quite unfulfilled at the time. And I just realized then that I was pursuing success at the expense of personal fulfillment. And I remember Tony Robbins, saying that success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. And that's pretty much where I was, really very dissatisfied with life in general. And things got really very bad that I was living in fear, fear that I was going to lose what I had, and fear that I wasn't going to be able to get the things in life that I wanted. And that's part of the external struggle that I was going through at the time. I was literally scared of my life, scared for my life, and scared of what the future holds. I remember back then too that things got really very bad that I would wake up with panic attacks in the middle of the night. And one of the internal struggles that I was facing at that time was that if I was not able to get those things that I really wanted, and live that life that I really wanted, that I was going to lose the love and the respect, especially of the people that were close to and around me, and maybe some of the people that I didn't even know at the time. So I tried to resolve things on my own, got stuck continuously until I decided to reach out because I had gotten to a breaking point. I ended up getting to work with a number of mentors and coaches as well, and I'm really very glad about the fact that they helped me to get the journey to a place where it felt lighter, and also guided me towards getting clarity and confidence and also momentum. So one thing that just dawned on me, especially after going through that experience, was that I just realized that most career professionals struggle not because they lack ambition or discipline. The struggle mostly is because of the lack of the fact that we're never taught how to design our life as a whole, and we've just mostly been taught to chase those goals in isolation. And that's something that I experienced too. But honestly, just coming out from that place, it just helped me to get to that next level of answering a call to a higher level of purpose, serving other people. And so I appreciate all of the work that I got to do with the mentors and the coaches, and how they just helped me. And that's something that I always wanted to be able to do to help other people as well. And so as part of the work that I do as a life strategist is just helping busy mid-career professionals who look successful on the outside, but in the inside they feel unfulfilled and empty, and just help them to stop living on autopilot so that they can design and live that intentional, well-rounded, and a purposeful life that finally feels like their own, a life that they're proud of, where success feels fulfilling. And part of the way that I do this is to just help them with setting and achieving meaningful goals, whether it's personal or professional, whether it's in the area of increasing income, getting a promotion, getting in better shape, and just living a life with more purpose as well, without losing themselves or sacrificing what matters the most to them. And something I'm really very excited and passionate about. I'm also going to be sharing with you towards the end more about what it looks like for those who may be interested in us working together. So I've also published some books. These are all in Amazon, and they're Amazon best-selling books as well. And these were just mostly born based on experiences that I had navigated or problems that I had solved. I just didn't want to keep it to myself, and I just wanted to be able to give it back and help other people as well. So hopefully it impacts people's lives. And I've had the opportunity to have spoken on different stages at whether it's universities or colleges, at career events, business conferences, and also faith-based events as well. This is something that I'm always very passionate about. Just being able to transform people's lives as well with my story, and also with some of the wisdom that I've been able to gather from coaches and mentors that I've worked with throughout the years. The end. And like the way they say in the fairy tales, and he lived happily ever after with some princess in the castle. I don't have any of that stories or any pictures to share, so you don't need to close your eyes or anything like that. But I share that story not to to brag or to impress anybody, but mostly just to inspire somebody here, and to help you to see that you can achieve just about whatever it is that you set your heart and your mind on, in spite of your nationality, your background, the color of the skin, or whatever it is people may have labeled as a limitation for you, or maybe the limitation that you've placed on yourself as well. None of those are necessary, because the truth of the matter is, we're able to accomplish, you can achieve whatever you set your heart and your mind of, as long as you're willing to work diligently for the things that you require and you desire. And as a person of faith, I also believe that, by the power of God, anything is possible. And so if there's anything you're going to leave away from this presentation, hopefully it's this, that anything is possible if you believe. And if you believe that, I just want you to type "I believe" in the chat as well. I believe, if you believe that. All right. So I just wanted to also share this really very quick. In terms of the goals that most people are looking to accomplish in the new year, apparently it is, these are some of the goals. People are looking to exercise more, they want to be happy, they want to eat healthier, they also want to save more money, and also improve their physical health. I know that as part of the registration, I got to ask a couple of questions, which are some of the goals that you guys are looking to accomplish. And thank you for everybody who also gave the feedback on that. It was really very valuable, and interestingly, this also resonated with what the general public are looking to accomplish too. So I just thought that was interesting. I wanted to share that as well. So one of the insight that I also gained through the feedback that I got from you guys was obstacles that tend to hold you back from setting and accomplishing your goals. Again, thank you for those who got to fill this in. It just helped me with respect to tailoring this presentation so I can serve you best. So looking at some of the top ones that I gathered here: lack of follow through, lack of clarity, no vision, lack of accountability, no action plan, fear, which is a very big one, no progress tracking, poor time management. So this is some of the obstacles that you guys have mentioned where some of that was holding back from setting and accomplishing the goals. And some of the very interesting points here is that setting goals without clarity can lead to burnout. And when we're talking about career success without life alignment, that can lead to emptiness. And motivation without structure can lead to inconsistency and lack of follow through as well. So again, if more information and more discipline was really what is needed, then definitely all of these obstacles would not be there. But that's definitely not the case. But instead, what I believe that we need is having a proven system that would allow us to consistently tap into our full potential, so that we can make good progress across the different areas that matters. And I'm just very, very excited about what I'm going to be sharing, because it's going to be showing you how you can address these obstacles that are getting in the way from you setting and achieving those goals that you want for yourself. And so I'm just really very excited about the next couple of slides as well. So in terms of the agenda, I will be starting off with the momentum framework that will be showing you how you can create lasting changes in 2026, so that we can be amongst the 6% that I showed you earlier. And also just showing how you can use AI insights as a goal accelerator and conclude with question and answer. So again, if you have any questions now or as the presentation proceeds, feel free to slide it into the DM. Don't put it in the chat because it may get buried. So put it in the DM. So in terms of the momentum framework, this is the first step, reflecting on 2025. They say that doing the same thing and expecting a different result. They say that that's like the definition of in the definition of insanity. So the idea is that if we're going to make 2026 better than 2025, then definitely we need to have a good idea and of an assessment of 2025, learn from it, and do things differently so that we can achieve different results in 2026. Then some of the ways we can go about doing this, number one, would just be to take honest inventory of 2025 and ask 3 questions. What worked? So when we get to ask the question, what worked, we get a good understanding of what we need to be focusing more of our energy towards and what we need to also discontinue. So a good example, I'll just use my own case as well. One of the things that I realized, especially in the last year, was that having to do outreaches, for example, Facebook Live sessions and also webinars like this. Those are a good opportunity for me to connect with amazing people just like yourself. So that's definitely part of what I'm going to be doing more of in the new year. So when we know what works, we get to do more of it. And so we can magnify the results that we're getting. The second thing is to find out what didn't work. When we find out what didn't work, we know what not to do as well. We also see that what is not working can be a distraction, stealing away our time and also the progress. So the idea is to spend less time or no time on doing the things that don't work and then devote more time to doing the things that are working for us. This can be behaviors, attitude, or also activities as well. Using myself as an example again, last year, I noticed that as a personal development, enthusiast, I like to call myself that. I got involved in so many different programs at the same time. So I went wide, but I didn't go deep. So part of what I'm going to be doing differently is going deep as opposed to going wide in the new year. So that's the second question. So the third question, having known number 1 and number 2, we also want to find out what are we going to do differently. Because again, when we do things differently in 2026, we would have different results than what we had in 2025. So this is something real quick that I believe would help. If you follow me so far, can I see you type a yes in the chat? I wish you guys had like your cameras on and then you can put like yes and put like the smiley face as well. All right, I just want to gauge that you guys are following me. So that's number 1. Number 2 is to create a compelling vision of 2026. So before setting any goals, I believe it's really very valuable that we spend time to think about what the compelling vision is. Because the vision is what pulls us, the vision is what drives us, and the vision is also what is going to keep us going, even when things are not going the way we want. When those disappointing times and those challenging times come. You notice I use the word when, not if, because you guys will agree with me that those tough times and those challenging times, they tend to come even when we don't want them to show up, uninvited guests. So one of the obstacles that most people also shared was a lack of motivation. And one thing that I've also realized is that lack of motivation in most cases tends to be as a result of lack of compelling vision as well. So the vision may be there, but it's not compelling, maybe because it's tied to just ourselves and it's not tied to people that we care for and we also love. So when it's compelling, I believe it's going to help with knocking off the lack of motivation obstacle. So some of the ways that we can go about creating this compelling picture or vision of the future that we want is asking a few questions. For example, who do I want to become in the new year? This is more so like an identity question. It comes in from the inside out. So maybe you want to become someone who shows up, especially when things are not going the way you want. Maybe you want to become somebody who is more courageous. You want to take more bold moves. You want to be more loving and caring. So that's where you want to ask yourself, that's where you want to ask yourself this question. Who do I want to become in the new year? And then you ask yourself also, what wins am I going to be celebrating? Maybe you're going to be celebrating the fact that you finally got to pay off that debt. You finally got to land that dream job that you've always wanted. You finally got to launch that business. A number of you here want to launch a business as well, based on the input that I got from you. So asking yourself that question as well, I think is going to help you paint a very clear picture of what you're going to be looking forward to in the new year. And then asking yourself the question of how has your life changed? Maybe in the new year, you're planning to get married, and man, that's going to be like a very big change for you. And just asking yourself as well, what are you going to be the most proud of? So all of these questions, and I'm sure there are other questions that you probably can be asking yourself as well. But the idea here is to just be able to paint a picture of that compelling vision that is going to, trigger emotions and make you commit to what you are looking forward to. And when you tie the vision to not just yourself, but to people around you, people that you care for, it's definitely going to help you make it stronger and also more compelling, and it will stand the test of time as well. So that's point number two in terms of the momentum framework. Create a compelling vision of 2026. And the third is to set smart goals based on the vision. I'll just stop here. So maybe some of you may be here and say, you've been saying to yourself that, I've tried goal setting before and it just didn't work for me. And perhaps you're feeling like you've done something wrong, or that you actually, that there's something wrong with you, or maybe you're feeling like you're a failure. I just want to say that I know exactly how that feels. And I've had goals where I was just stuck on them year after year after year. And literally, I wasn't making, good progress towards them. So I felt like goal setting is a scam and it just didn't work. And so I decided to maybe not pursue strongly those goals because, again, I was afraid of the fear of the disappointment, the fear of the failure. And so I can assure you that there's nothing wrong with you if you feel that way as well, because I know exactly how that feels. One thing I also want to assure you is that most goal setting fail because it focuses on the results only, not on identity, not on activity, and not on the environmental factors. And all of those are very, very critical to making good progress towards the goals. I'm going to explain this with this concept. There are two different kinds of goals. There is the activity-based goal and there's the result-based goal. Which of them do we need? Well, we need both. But the sad part is that most people tend to focus more on the results-based goal, that they forget about the activity. And so that way they're always frustrated because they're not seeing any results happening. They're not seeing any progress happening. And so the idea is, if you're not happy about the results that you are seeing, change the activities that you're doing and also change the mindset and also the environmental factor. And I'll give an example here just so you get a sense of what I'm talking about. One of the goals that most people are targeting, working towards, is getting in better shape. So let's say that there is John. I'll use John as an example. John, he currently weighs 100 pounds. Just an example. And he would like to weigh 85 by the end of June. So John has that goal. I weigh 85 pounds by the end of June. And guess what? That is only the thing that he's focusing on, the results. He almost feels like he's wishful thinking. He's like, I weigh 85 pounds, I weigh 85 pounds. And he's not actually doing anything or focusing on activities that will help him get there. And invariably, he's likely not going to see any progress. And that's where most people stop. They just set the result-based goal. But one thing that is very powerful is to actually have an activity-based goal. In other words, what are the activities that you're planning to do that would help you make progress towards the results that you want? So in that case, John can go ahead to say, I work out 4 times a week for 1 hour. And in addition to that, he wants to go to the mindset piece and tell himself that he is the kind of person who is in the best shape of his life as well. And he's also the kind of person who works out too. So it's not just enough to say the result that you want. You also want to have the activities, and you also want to attack this from the mindset level and the identity that you're the kind of person who works out. You're the kind of person who is in the best shape of his life. And then the environmental piece is to have, say, accountability in terms of maybe gym buddies that you would go to the gym together and create that environment that would help you to enjoy that activity that would lead to the results. So that's just one example. Another example is in the area of spiritual. Obviously, a number of people want to feel happier, and I know part of the way of that tends to happen is having a good connection with their source. And so let's say John here as well, he has a goal that he wants to grow deeper in his connection with God. That's the result he wants. But again, that's the only thing he's thinking about and he's focusing on. I'm growing closer to God. I'm growing closer to God. But he's not doing anything. It's almost like he's wishfully thinking. And there's definitely, it's going to be very hard to see how he can go closer to that goal that he wants. But again, the one thing John can do is to have an activity-based goal. And in this case, it could be I spend 30 minutes in prayer and meditation and Bible reading in the morning and in the evening. So that way, he is actually going to have an activity that he's working towards to get towards the goal that he wants. And also just having that mindset that, he's the kind of person who is loved, he's loved by God. And the environmental factors there could just be ensuring that, okay, he's maybe going to church and also ensuring that outside of church, he's doing Bible study and putting himself in environments that will help him to take those activities that would eventually lead to the results that he wants. I hope this kind of makes sense as well. I'm going to share like a case study here just so it makes sense. So this is like a success story. So one of my clients, Matthew, software developer, is in the tech space. So prior to working together, this like where he was more so feeling very frustrated about his finances and also the career. He knew that he wanted to get to like that next level, but he wasn't even sure what that next level looked like. And so he didn't have an action plan to help him get to that next level. And then he was also feeling really very distant from God. And whenever he thought about his future, he had this bleak outlook of the future because he didn't have clarity on what that was going to look like. So that puts some fear of the unknown towards the future. He wasn't excited about it, but he was more so terrified about the future. And he was also unhappy about the results he was seeing in health and fitness and in a couple other areas as well. So working together, I got to help him to put a vision in place and also break down those division into the goals and the actionable strategies, and also working on the mindsets and the identity piece as well. Normally, my program is my coaching program is for like 6 months, but I tell you, like before the 6 months timeline, he was able to get like that promotion that he wanted. And I remember it was May of that year, and so it was just very mind blowing. It was May of that year, and he was able to get a promotion by the May of that year. Again, I'm not promising that it's going to be the same for every single person, but it was just very, very impactful as well. It was very important to him because at that time Matthew was looking to increase his income so he can save up because he was saving up to get a house. Obviously, we had some other strategies in place to help him further increase his income. So again, that was one of the first outcome of the results. And then it was because we put together some activities to help him to grow spiritually. So he felt more closely connected with God. And then this time around, whenever he thought about that future that he wanted, he didn't have that fear anymore. But I remember vividly, like in his own words, he said that he had the courage to face whatever life threw at him because we were working towards putting all of those plans in place for the future he wanted and how to go about getting there. So that's why he had that confidence and that courage as well. And then he was able to hit those weekly goals that he was working towards, and he was happy about where he was too. Yeah. So this was really very tremendous. So you see, the breakthrough here is not about setting better goals, but it's more so designing an aligned, purpose-driven life where your goals finally make sense to you and they also support each other as well. That's the breakthrough here, I would say. And this is a testimonial that he shared. I'm just going to read it out. It says, aspiring for a promotion was a significant goal. The coaching process provided targeted support in this area. Together with my coach, Franklin, we identified key skills and competency necessary for advancements. Through focused development plan and strategic guidance, I not only strengthened my professional capability, but I also positioned myself for success, eventually securing the promotion I aspired to achieve. And then he went on to say that prior to working with Franklin, I struggled to build positive habits. My coach provided tailored guidance on establishing routines that aligned with my goals. This resulted in a transformative shift as I began to cultivate habits that supported my professional growth and overall well-being. The ripple effect of these habits have been instrumental in creating a more balanced and a fulfilling life. That was just very heartfelt for me seeing his transformation. And again, some of you may be here saying, I've invested in courses and programs before, and I did not see a breakthrough. And mostly that's just because that, courses, those programs, courses just give information, but, coaching helps to create transformation through accountability and guided application. And that's part of what you see here in his story. This also just shows the power of having the vision and the action plan and also having those goals that will support the vision as well. And that's part of what I wanted to elaborate here as well. So that was for the goals. Number 4 of the momentum framework is to schedule it. Now that you have the activities that you want to do towards the vision, right? Scheduling it is the next step for sure. And when it comes to proper time management. I know that's proper power management was one of the obstacles that a number of people also shared that they had struggles around. Two main points I would say that are key to proper time management. Number one is to prioritize. We only have 24 hours in a day and we have a lot of things to do. So the idea is we want to spend time doing what is important and urgent. But I know sometimes we can get stuck on what is urgent, the fires that we have to put out. And then we forget about what is important, even long term. So proper prioritization is key. And then the next one is to schedule it. As you see here, Tony Robbins, he said, if you talk about it, it's a dream. If you envision it, it's possible. But if you schedule it, it becomes real. So we can make those goals real. And when we schedule the activities that we need to be doing to make the results achievable and possible. All right. So if you're following me so far, can I see you type a yes in the chat? And if you have a video on, you can, to the smile. I just want to be sure that you guys are following me even to this point. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. So that's point number 4. Point number 5 is to get accountability. Let me ask you a very quick question. When was it the last time you said to yourself you were going to do something, but you ended up not doing it? And then I'm not here to shame anybody. You don't have to answer, put anything in the chat, but just something to reflect on. But then just think about the time when you said you were going to do something and then you told somebody that you were going to do it. Were you more or less likely to follow through on what you just said? Obviously, the answer is you were more likely, right? If we are honest. And that's power of getting accountability. Having accountability partners, whether it's from like a mentor, having like a coach, a pair, they help us to keep the promises that we've made to ourselves. And I know like this is something that I've tremendously benefited from, like having people who I'm connected to, whether it's with, coaches helping me, or the, accountability partners that we meet with on a weekly basis and do like checking. They have just been really very valuable on the journey so far. And obviously, there are a lot of benefits to having this accountability. Number one is you get provided support and encouragement, and also someone who's going to challenge you. And then you also have someone who's going to push you when you are feeling quote unquote lazy. And you have somebody also who is there to celebrate your wins on the journey. And the last but not the least is you have someone who's going to help boost your self-belief. You see, sometimes I know that we just need someone who is going to be there to tell us, I believe in you. And that alone can just rekindle our flame of belief as well. And there are also going to be times when you have to believe in somebody else's belief in yourself until your own self-belief kicks in. And that's part of why, having accountability partners, whether it's a coach or a mentor, definitely helps on the journey. And so I just want to be like, that voice that's telling you here, I believe in you. I know you have great goals that you want to accomplish in 2026. And I'm just here to remind you that, I believe in you as well. I know we're all going to do great things in 2026. Okay. I also just wanted to share another case study as well. This was another client of mine, Bukumi, who's a tech sales specialist. Prior to working with me, one of the area that he had a challenge around was with lack of consistency in whether it was hitting the gym, because he knew that was one area that he needed to make good progress in. He was also involved in real estate as well. So he was crunching numbers and all of that, but he wasn't able to follow through on that as well. And for that reason too, he was frustrated with the results that he was getting, especially with respect to the fitness. And then he was then afraid of reaching his full potential and letting other people down. And that was something that was also bothering him too. So again, getting to work together, we put it to like a vision, an action plan as well, and helped him to see what he needs to be doing on a consistent basis to get to the result that he wanted. And then, things just turned around. He became more consistent, hitting that weekly goal that he wanted as well. And that obviously resulted in better like progress that he was making, whether it was with consistency, with going to the gym, hitting those numbers that he wanted for in terms of the real estate that he was doing, because he had to crunch numbers, do analysis, and also make offers. So he was more consistent with that and also seeing better results. And then with respect to his full potential, because now we had a plan of action put in place, he felt more confident that he was becoming that person that he wanted to be, and he was showing up differently in his life and in the different areas that matters as well. So again, it just also shows the power of accountability as well. I remember prior to working together with him, he also had this the thoughts of, oh, I can do it on my own, even though he had been stuck over and over again. And but thankfully he got to reach out. And if you're maybe like Bukumi and you are falling short of the progress that you want or the result that you want over and over again, I just want to let you know that there's nothing wrong with getting support. There's nothing wrong with reaching out. Because it doesn't mean that you're weak. It just means that you're human. Because in the first place, no one is an island. And one thing that I've also found is that many successful career professionals, they find that getting personalized coaching, it helps to accelerate their progress by avoiding all of those common pitfalls and the blind spots. And also just having somebody that is cheering you on your journey, it just makes it less lonely and also more inspiring. So accountability definitely helps with getting clarity on the journey, and just watch what changes in your life when you have more people holding you accountable. Things will turn around for sure. And this is just like a testimony that he shared. I'm just going to read it through as well. And he said, I appreciate all of the work that we've done with your help. I've been able to incorporate a lot of positive habits that have helped me grow spiritually, my career, in my finances, and in understanding of self. I knew I had all of this in me, and thanks for showing it to me. The insight you've given about identity, life, and habits have improved me tremendously. And then he went on to say, thanks for all your support. It didn't feel like a business to customer type of relationship, but a friend helping a friend grow as well. This was really very, very heartfelt to me, hearing the impacts that he had on his life. So that was number 5. Number 6 is to track progress regularly. Track progress regularly. Okay, so if you're multitasking right now, I just want you to come back. Come back. This is really very key. And if there's anything you're also going to leave away from this presentation, I'm hoping this is going to be one of them. This statement says, whatever we track improves, whatever we don't track declines. Whatever we track improves, whatever we don't track declines. You see, one of the major reasons I believe that most people don't make good progress on their New Year's resolutions or their goals is they set those goals at the beginning of the year. And guess the next time they look at the goals? End of the year. And at that time, it's already like too late, and there's not really much that you're able to do towards the goals. And that's why it always helps that we take the time to track the progress we're making towards the different areas, whether on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, or on a monthly basis. That could be with your finances, your expenses, your income, or the habits that you're looking to incorporate into your life. Because the more often we review and we track them, the faster we can pivot and make improvements, especially when things are beginning to fall off. So that's number 6. And some other important benefits of, say, tracking progress as well is just the fact that you're going to see that you're moving forward, and that's going to make you feel motivated and happy. And you're also going to keep doing more to keep making good progress moving forward. So progress begets progress. When you see that you're making progress, you're motivated and happy to keep doing what you're doing, because you're going to see even more progress on the journey. So celebrate the small wins on the journey, and definitely what we celebrate would also multiply. So this is pretty much the framework, the momentum framework. And I just believe so strongly that putting this together is going to help with helping you with getting more clarity, more momentum towards those meaningful goals, and something that I apply as well. And also the clients that I help, they also apply this, and that's what they're able to do to see good progress on their journey as well. All right. If you guys are following me so far, can I see you type yes in the chat? If you can put a smiley face as well. I know most of you are on your camera and say the yes, and you're like smiling as well. All right. So I just want to move on next. I will share with you guys thanks for staying to this point. I'm going to share a link for you to download the bonuses as well. I appreciate you sticking around to this point. I just don't want you to get distracted, so just keep the link, and you can just come back. One of the item that I said I was going to share is the Ultimate Goal Setting Toolkit. It's a step-by-step guide to defining, planning, and achieving your personal and professional goals. What exactly it is a couple of templates that would help you to create that vision of what you want, and then take everything down to the level of what are the activities I need to be doing to get closer to that goal that I set for myself. And obviously that is what is going to help you to get the results that you want. So that's one. The second one that I promised was an AI productivity cheat sheet for busy professionals. This one contains over 100 AI tools that would help you with saving time, reducing mental load, and also perform at your best, whether it's personally or professionally as well. So you don't have to go do all of the research. And so there are different areas, it's different categories where you would see the different AI tools that can help you as well. So something to check out as well. I believe this will be very, very effective and very powerful for you, especially as you're planning the new year. Awesome. Okay. So I didn't want this presentation to be about me just talking, 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 talking. So I just wanted to do like an exercise together. So this is a clarity framework exercise. It's something that I do on a monthly basis and also something that I have my clients do too. It's one of the ways that you're able to keep track of your progress. And with self-improvement, one of the first steps to self-improvement is with self-awareness. If you don't know where you are, it's going to be hard for you to know how to then move forward. And that's part of why this is really very, very valuable. So what I'd just like for you guys to do, or for us to do, is just spend some time, look at the different areas, the 10 areas: health and fitness, faith and spirituality, family, career or business, depending on which one you have. If you have both, awesome. And then purpose and fulfillment, finances, happiness and fun, relationship, commitment, and confidence. So just go through them on a scale of 1 to 10. What is your number? And as you're doing that as well, this is where you are right now. And then you answer the other parts, which is where do you want to be in the next 6 to 12 months in those different areas? So I'll just give you some time. I'll give you like about 2 minutes and I'll put a timer. And if you finish on time, feel free to put in your numbers. What is the area where you had the highest score? What is the area where you had the lowest score? We're not here to shamify anybody. We're just here to work together and to grow together as well. So I am going to put a timer so that we can work on this while we work on this together. Yeah, so just feel free to punch it in the comments. What was the area where you had the highest score? What was the area where you had the lowest score? Whether it's for where you are right now or where you want. Timer as well. Mhm. Yeah, so just feel free, like can punch it in. What was the area? You can just put the area, whether it's like, say like, career, whether it was a 6, and the area where you had the highest score, where the area where you had the lowest score as well. I'm gonna stop the timer. Okay. So yeah, while that's happening, something else that I want us to also do together as well, if you can just think about the personal and the professional goals that you have. Well, what's like one personal goal that you have? What is one professional goal that you have as well? Just write it down for yourself. And if you're okay, you're welcome to like share it as well if you like in the chat. And this is a very important question as well, talking about what has been holding you back and what could hold you back from pursuing those goals that you just mentioned. Obviously, I just say to identify one for each personal and professional. You may have multiple as well, but just for the sake of this, session, just to identify what is one personal and one professional, and also what do you think has been holding you back, or what do you think could hold you back? Because it's one thing for us to have a goal. We also just want to anticipate to see what could be the thing that can hold us back. And then we can work towards seeing how we can address it so it doesn't rear up and completely prevent us from making good progress. So I'll give some time as well for this one too. So I'll give like 2 minutes. And yeah, just feel free to punch it there, chat, if comfortable. I know with respect to the that exercise for the clarity framework. One of the areas that I had a higher score around was with health and fitness and with relationship. And the other one that it was quite low was with finance and career business. So that was like a low area as well. Uh, And obviously, I think I got to share some of my professional goals with respect to like, webinars. This year, I plan to do one per quarter. So definitely you guys stick around. Would hopefully be seeing each other more in the year. That's one of like the professional goals that I'm working towards as well, and just looking to impact more people through the program that I'm doing as well. So we have 43 minutes. So yeah, like, as you come up with yours, if you feel comfortable, you can share in the chat as well. So let us chime in and hail one another as well. And yeah, that is all. And obviously, as we continue, feel free to post what you have, if you feel comfortable. And yeah, I just want to like, move on. So now I know there's a lot of talk about AI, and obviously AI is really very powerful. And one of the questions is usually what's to use AI for. This is Dr. Arthur C. Brooke. He's a social scientist at the Harvard University, and he studies happiness. That is his area of specialization. And one of the dangers that he sees around AI is, I'm just gonna like read out what I have here. It says that happiness is built through meaning, efforts, and human connection. When AI replaces the very activities that give us purpose, thinking deeply, struggling meaningfully, and connecting authentically. We may gain efficiency, but we risk rising level of emptiness, anxiety, and depression. And I know we got to see quite a lot of this happen, during the pandemic when the social aspects of things were cut down, when everybody stuck to themselves and everybody was leveraging a lot of technology, and there was a noticeable decline when it came to mental health. People were struggling a lot, anxiety, depression, and obviously with AI right now, which is technology, there's this danger that when people focus a lot more on using AI for the thing that is not meant for, it can result in what Dr. Brooke is talking about here. So I guess the question now is, what exactly then do we use AI for? And I'm glad you asked. So on this slide here, you can see the image of the brain. As you probably may know, we have in the brain, there are two different parts. There's the left and the right hemisphere. So the left part of the brain is the part of the brain that is responsible for logic and analytical tasks. And that's where you have things like data analysis, mathematics and algorithm, language processing, problem solving, and information recall, and then routine. So those are the activities that AI is meant for. All of those activities on the left side of the brain. And then when we switch to the right side of the brain, we have something that's the creative and emotional aspects of the brain. That's where you have the art and imagination, the emotional insights, the music and the musical ability, intuition and empathy, creativity and passion, human connection. This right side of the brain is that's where you have the human touch. And that's the part of the brain that we cannot delegate to AI. Otherwise, the consequence would be what Dr. Brooke mentioned, the anxiety and depression and all of those disastrous effects. And AI is really very powerful. But again, I think it always helps for us to know what do we use AI for and what should we avoid using AI, to do as well. So the next couple of slides, just wanted to show some ways we can leverage AI to accelerate the goals that we have for ourselves. The first area that I identified was in the area of fitness. Obviously, everyone has fitness goals, and from the presentation, the slides earlier, that's one of the areas where a lot of people are looking to make good progress in. The one thing about fitness is we want to be in a good shape for sure. We want to burn as much calories and carbs than we gain, and that's part of how we're able to get in good shape. That would include, say, the diet parts. So the picture that I show here is I was just playing around, and I had a picture of my food that I was taking that evening. I put it onto a GPT, and then I had it give me the nutritional value of the food. Obviously, when we have an idea of what the calorie and the carbs is, then you know how much food, how much the nutritional value. And then that way, when you're doing your exercise, you just have to be sure that, you're doing a good job burning more than you are taking in. So that's how, you get in the net and doing that consistently. Obviously, there's a part of exercise, which obviously you can also use AI to do to give you something more tailored as well. So that's just one area of how we can use AI insights in accelerating our goals. The other one is with content idea generation. I know some of you here, you're starting businesses, and I know someone specifically was mentioning how they want to be able to create more content. And definitely this is where we can also use AI insights too. This is not ChatGPT. It is called Brain AI. It's brain developed by one of my business coaches. And it's one of the top business coaches out there, and I'm JT Fox. So this is AI. This is not ChatGPT. So this helped me in terms of coming up with ideas for the webinar. I told it what I was looking to do, and then we just did a lot of brainstorming. This is some of the iterations that we went through, and as you see, the first one was part of where I was able to get the idea. And the thing too with the GPT is you're using it as a thought partner, but you're gonna be the one to make the final decision. Whatever it is that it generates for you is for you to pick and to decide based on. So don't use GPT as your final point of truth. You're the one in control. So use it to guide, to give you ideas, but then you then make the final decision as well. So this is one of the ways I was able to use it. And obviously, for those of you who mentioned that you're looking to get content ideas, gone are the days where you would sit down with a piece of paper, blank sheet of paper for hours, and you're trying to brainstorm. You definitely can just use GPT to come up with your ideas for the content you want to create, for the marketing and for the sales. And then you can iterate through it and make a final decision on where to go. So that's going to be a very quick way to come up with those ideas in a fast pace as well. So that's another idea of using AI insights. Another one is with presentations. I didn't use GPT for this presentation, so just to be clear, but I was able to get some insights using it. Again, this is the Core Brain AI. If it's something that you're interested in, you can let me know. It's mostly specific for business. One of the best business AI out there as well. So I just put it in there, what I was looking to do with respect to the presentation, and then I asked it to give me a description that I was going to put into Canva to generate some slides. Canva is very good in terms of creating presentation. There's also Gamma AI as well that can be used. So I got the description, and then it gave me some insights into different slides type. And so I got some inspiration from it as well in coming up with this. So the AI tool, the bonus that I shared with you, it contains a couple other AI tools that you can, use depending on the use case that you want as well. So those are some of the ways that we are able to leverage AI in terms of accelerating the goals that we want for ourselves. So one thing that I also want to just state really very, very quickly, AI is just the response you get from AI is just as it's just as good as the output. Sorry, the response you get, that's the outputs, is just as good as the inputs that you present to it. And so that's why, prompting is also really very key, that you have a good understanding of, how you're going to be able to provide the prompts. And here, just a very quick framework that you can use when you are interacting with any, GPT. You want to make the inputs very tailored and specific. And that way, the response it gives you will be more tailored towards you. And so the first thing is just think about the context. You want to give it an idea of maybe who you are, who is going to be using the thing that you're generating, and then you give it the goal. So I want to, whatever it is, the desired outcome, and also specify the tone and the style. So do you want the tone to be more friendly? Do you want it to be more confident? Do you want it to be more funny? So you put that in as well. And then you include the constraints. If you have, say, a limit on the line, if you wanted to provide you with a one-liner, specify that. If you wanted to give you an output in terms of a table or a list, so you also want to include that as well. And then you provide the deliverable, what you want the outputs to look like. And also very good sometimes to put this, if anything is unclear, to ask clarifying question before you proceed, just so it gives you a result that is very tailored to what exactly you want. And I'm just going to give you a very quick example here. Again, this is not an AI workshop, but again, this is just me showing you how you can leverage AI to the best ability in respect to achieving the goals that you want for yourself. So again, I'm using weight loss here because again, a lot of people are looking to lose weight, especially in the new year. So don't just go to GPT and say, I want to lose weight in 2026. What do I do? The results it's going to give you will be very, very, very generic, and it may not be helpful. But again, the outputs, sorry, the prompt you provide, obviously, it will follow that framework that I just shared. And something like this, you provide it with as much information that you want, that is tailored towards you, and then the result it gives you would be more tailored towards you as well. Yeah, so that's something I just wanted to share real quick. And I normally hear people say things like, say, they're just going to use AI as, say, like their personal coach or their personal strategist. And here's just the truth of the matter. Number one is that AI is good for sure, and it should be used, but it's not something to use to replace, especially humans in certain areas. For example, like I showed you in that presentation, the left brain versus the right brain. We want to use AI for what AI is meant for. So, number one point is just the fact that AI can help you obviously with providing information, but it's not going to be able to provide you with, say, transformation, the kind of transformation and accountability that's a human strategist or a coach would normally offer. And the other thing too is that obviously AI is not able to provide that human empathy, that connection, and also that support that, say, a human strategist or a human coach would be able to offer you as well. And in the area of, say, personal success or personal and professional development, it's not usually like AI versus human, but it's mostly like AI and human. In other words, working with someone who is able to use that AI insights to further help you with achieving the goal that you want. So that way you are using the best, you're getting the best of both worlds. And that's something that, like I also offer as well. And something that, people that I work with have been able to benefit a lot from. So that's pretty much how you're able to use AI insights in achieving the goals that we want. All right, so are you guys following me so far? If you are, I just definitely want to see yes. in the chat? Want to see the yes in the chat. Okay, awesome. And yeah, just another testimonial that I wanted to share. This was with Daisy. I don't think she's here today. Digital marketing and designer, and definitely another very powerful testimonial that I really just love to share as well. And how she was able to say use part of the strategies that I shared with her in knocking off personal goals and landing clients just within like the first 3 months of entering the entrepreneurship journey as well. And she talks about how I have the ability to help break down big goals into actionable strategies that give her the structure to achieve the goals that she wanted for herself with confidence. So definitely something that I'm really very happy to be sharing. And I know some people say that coaching sounds nice, but does it really help? But hopefully with the different case studies and the success story that I've shared with you, you can see the impacts of having that accelerated clarity, guided implementation, and also the accountability as well. All right. So I just wanted to also just give a very quick overview. This is the momentum framework that we just went through. Again, we looked at the steps, reflects on 2025, creates a compelling vision of 2026, set smart goals based on your vision, and also schedule it, get accountability, track your progress regularly. And I believe that in doing this in 2026, definitely 2026 would be way better than 2025 for us as well. How many of you found this valuable? Can I just see yes in the chat? How many of you found this valuable? Okay. All right. Awesome. Great, great, great. Yeah, well, if you did find this valuable, then definitely you're gonna find even what I'm gonna be sharing, moving forward, even much more valuable. And I do have permission to share with you guys something that's even much more valuable as well. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so if you guys remember those common obstacles that I shared at the beginning, the common obstacles that I shared at the beginning, the lack of follow through, lack of clarity, fear, no roadmap. So this momentum framework that I just shared, definitely hands down, it's going to be helpful in knocking out those obstacles that I just shared. So for example, someone who says that they're struggling with lack of clarity or no vision, well, the number one and number two, the momentum framework just knocks it up. Someone who says that they're struggling with lack of accountability or not staying on track, having accountability, point number 5, is what is going to knock it off the pack. So all of those things, all of the points that I just shared with momentum framework helps with knocking off those obstacles that I shared. Something that you're able to apply on yourself, or if you need support with applying it, then I just have like a program that I believe would help you in terms of knocking of those goals, not just your own, but working together with me. And it's what I call the Empowered Professional program. And these are just some of the key transformations that the program has to offer. So number one is with helping you to get clarity. So you would pretty much just experience the fact that you get clear on what are the things that you want, on who you are, so that you can stop drifting and you can start living more purposeful. And the other thing that is definitely going to help you experience is tangible goal achievements, helping you to create systems. Just as we saw, it's not about information. It's not also about discipline, but it's about having sustainable systems. And that's part of what this also offers, giving you the system that you need and also the accountability that will help you with hitting those meaningful goals that you set for yourself. And then you're able to achieve the promotion or the better health or the stronger finances or the improved relationship that you want for yourself. And another thing too is giving you that renewed sense of confidence and self-belief, helping you to overcome the limiting beliefs that you may have so they can feel more grounded and capable. And then helping you also with having this sustainable growth and momentum. Just as you saw with the success stories, a lot of them, I helped those guys with developing the habits and the routine, and also with the mindset. I help them make good progress towards the goals that they want for themselves. And the final piece here is just giving you that sense of fulfillment and alignment, something that definitely a lot of career professionals, they also struggle with, just helping them to feel more whole and aligned and to stop feeling like, successful but empty as well. So these are just some of the major transformations that the program helps with. And I know, some people may be saying to themselves, right now, I feel like, investing in something that is not a right solution for me. And that's why normally I don't enroll anybody into the program without having a call with them, just to ensure that it's a good fit as well. And so, if, what I shared with you was beneficial and you just feel like you have a need for that support and accountability, I would definitely love to be there to support you as well. And maybe you've also gotten to the place where you feel like, it's not just about the ambition, but you lack the clarity or you lack the guided framework or accountability. And honestly, another goal setting framework may not really be the thing that you need. All you just need is having that conversation. And I'm going to be very glad to have the conversation with, with as many of you as just require it at this point. So I have some slots that I've opened for a complimentary strategy session. And the main aim of the session is 45 minutes. And this is some of the things that you would gain if you move forward. If you do the call with me, you would end it up with having crystal clarity on the vision and the goal that you want for 2026, whether it's personal and professional, and also just have a way to stay focused and motivated. And I'm also going to be helping you with having like a clear action plan, just so you know exactly what you need to be doing on a consistent basis, and you're not like wishing anymore about the results, but you have a sense of the identity, the environmental piece, and also the activities you need to be doing to move things forward with respect to the goal. And then you just leave there as well, having an idea of what could get in the way so that you can address it before it's, comes and stop you from making good progress towards the goal that you want. And finally, a renewed sense of confidence and excitement. And this is what almost every single person who has joined the call with me say, that they feel more excited and they feel more confident to go face the goal that they want for themselves. So if this is something that you need right now and you need support, I'm definitely going to be very happy to support you on the journey. And that's the link. I'm just going to share the link with you. You can just go schedule some slots, and I'll be very happy to support you on your journey. Here is the link here. So I'm going to check if there's anybody who has a question. Question. Okay, let me look at my chat and see if there are any questions. Yeah, well, I'm just, going to that chat. Yeah, just some of the, I'll say the things that people who have joined the strategy session with me, and this is just some of the things that they say about the call. This is Raphael. He's actually in UK. I know there's somebody else who says that they are from UK as well. And then he went on to say that, my strategy call with Franklin was insightful, impactful. In just one call, I gained clarity on challenges that I struggled with for months and walked away with actionable steps that felt both realistic and inspiring. I left the conversation feeling more confident, focused, and encouraged about my path moving forward. It was truly a transformative experience. Yeah, and just a number of other people too who have been able to help. And some of the things that they're saying about the call. This was from Olga as well. You can read that through. So again, if you just feel that you just come to the point where it's not just ambition, and you need that support, maybe because you've been stuck, and you just want 2026 to be different. I'll be very happy to work alongside with you. And like you can see, this is how valuable the strategy session is. Let me see. So yes, questions. Let's see. And one thing I just want to also quickly address, I know some of you may have this fear of pressure. We'll spend about an hour together. Hopefully you kind of sense my heart. I'm not the kind of conniving kind of person who wants to trick people to do something that they don't want. And I don't believe in pressuring anybody or pressure selling anybody or twisting anybody to force them to do what they don't want. So my role in the call is just simple, just to give you the information that you require as well, so you can make the decision. And if you say no, definitely you'll leave here with very valuable resources as well. And I'm giving away that career growth plan template as well to help you with mapping your career goals from ideation to know what steps need to be taken. So yeah, it's just not a sales call. It's just there to see if this is definitely a good fit for us to work together. And if you say yes, yeah, definitely we get to work together, and you benefit all of those from those transformations that I have shared. And just imagine feeling fully supported and energized on your career or your life's direction. And this call definitely could be a turning point for you. So it's just about you, your goals, and the challenges and how you want to move things forward. And yes, you may be saying also that you don't have time. I completely understand. I hear you as well. This call is 45 minutes, and it's just there to help you find clarity so you can move quickly and spend less time stressed out and more time making progression as well. And definitely it fits with your schedule too. So yeah, I normally just have there's just a select group of people that I'm able to work with at any given point in time. And so if this is something that you feel that you need at this point, I'm here to support you for sure. So just go schedule the call. And again, let's see if this is something that is also a good fit for us as well. If it is, then for sure we'll look like what is to work together. If it's not, you leave away with very valuable resources and all of these action plans and everything that I've shared here as well. So there's just a few people that I'm able to work with at this point. So go ahead, schedule those slots while those slots are still open too. Okay. So again, that is the link right here for those who may have missed it. Okay. Just gonna check in for questions. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen so you guys can see that this is not Franklin AI, this is the real person. Okay. Um I think so, there's also like talk around, say, let me see the questions. Uh, yeah, I know someone was talking about say that they don't want to commit long term. So yeah, like, and I know it says it's a 6 months program for sure, and the idea is just to give you all of the support that you require for sure, and there's flexibility, and I choose progress over perfection. So if you want something that is more customized, maybe lower than 6 months, definitely we can discuss what that looks like as well. And I see someone's talking about, I don't know what I want yet. And absolutely, that's why this is going to be very perfect for you. If you're not sure about what you want, it's clarity it's clarity, also clarity call as well. Just I'm going to be helping you with having like, the vision that you want for the year. I'll ask you a bunch of questions and we get to come up with a vision, and then we'll break that vision into the goals. And then you know what you need to be doing on a regular, on a consistent basis. And again, if working together is what you like, which definitely will be very valuable, I'll be there to hold you accountable and just help you to make those goals, make good progress towards those goals. Yeah, someone's saying, "What if I fail again?" Okay, so I'm sorry to hear to hear that. I'm sorry about that, and I know there can be the discouragement and the disappointment and all of that you may have experienced. I've been there before, and I want to acknowledge that. Um, so one thing that I know for sure is that definitely failure hurts, especially when you care deeply about something, and that's why you just don't want to do it alone. You just don't want to do it alone. And I would definitely love to connect with you and to see how best I can support you. So definitely you can schedule the call and let's discuss that. But definitely I know exactly what that feels like. And I know last year too, I had a very, very sad experience too that, I'm not fully recovered from, but we just have to keep going. But hey, I know, understand failure can be painful, but that's why you just don't want to do it alone. I'll be very happy to support you on your journey. Uh, okay. So I think someone was talking about, yeah, if I'm already successful, it's coaching for me. Yeah, like absolutely. I think there's this wrong notion that coaching is only for people who are failing. I don't think that's the case, because if you look at in real life, like athletes, all those great men and women out there, they actually have like mentors and they have coaches. So definitely like high performing people, they have someone who is coaching them and working through with them. I also have like business coaches that I work with as well. And so like high performing and driven career professionals, like they don't wait until things fall apart. They just refine and they get support so that they can get to that next level and reach their maximum potential. So that's what I'll have to say about that. All right. Wow. We're actually at the top of the hour. Okay, Moyes, thank you so much for your session. This is very exciting. I'm very interested in taking the best utilize the Spotify. How can I yeah, so absolutely. When you book the call, there's going to be a form. You'll be directed to a form that you have to book, that you complete, and to gather all of the information that will be required before the call. So don't worry, just go, you can schedule it, and you would see a form that you have to complete, which would collect the information that we need so that we can make the most of the 45 minutes of the time. So yeah, like if there's any other questions, feel free. But yeah, definitely hope you guys found this really very valuable, and you kind of sense from my heart, I'm just here to serve and to help you to make 2026 best year yet. And definitely book the call if it resonates with you and you just need that support on your journey. I'll be more than happy to help you out as well. But yeah, if there's no more question, this is 1:15. I like to keep to my words and would be wrapping things up at this point. The other thing that I also want to share definitely is that we're going to be doing I'm going to be sharing, just look out in your emails. I'll be sharing a link to a survey. Definitely would love to hear what you guys are looking forward to hearing more of and how best I can support you in the new year as well. So look out for that as well. But yeah, thank you so much everybody for joining. Hope you found this really very valuable and I wish you the very, very best. And hopefully I get to connect with some of you and maybe work with you as well in the new year. So have a nice one. Enjoy your weekend. Take care. God bless, and let's make 2026 our best year yet. Bye, guys.